Hello my Wolfpack and welcome back to another episode of our Pokemon Competitive Guide video. So today we're covering the brand new boy, Urshifu. Now Urshifu obviously has two different forms, so I've come up with sets for both forms. I've got 3 sets for Single Strike and 3 sets for Rapid Strike, with each one having a Gigantamax set because obviously it has Gigantamax forms. First one we're going to cover is the Single Strike form. So on here we have a Fighting and Dark type. Now, I would always recommend either having Iron Head, because fairy types are going to be very scary for you. You're 4 times weak to them. So having either Iron Head or a very strong Steel type in the back, either in the form of a physically strong or specially strong, even though I don't think there are many specially strong Steel types off the top of my head, or having a very defensive Steel type. So for example, having maybe a Ferrothorn in the back, allowing for it to absorb the hits from fairy types, and maybe having like Gyro Ball or Iron Head on there. But I've got these first sets. The first set we've got is a Choice Band, which obviously increases up your attack power by 1.5 times. Now, you could go for a Choice Scarf here if you wanted to, because your speed base 97, you probably could do with a little bit of an extra boost there. Unseen Fist as the ability. Now, this is probably more prevalent in doubles rather than singles, because Unseen Fist allows the contact moves to go through Protect. Obviously, all 4 of these are contact moves. But in singles, it's not uncommon to see Protect. You do see it sometimes, but it is in more specific scenarios rather than in doubles. So having that as an ability, it can work, but it's probably not going to be the most amazing ability you've ever had. Move-wise, as I said, Iron Head, hugely important for those fairy types. We've got Close Combat, powerful fighter type move that hits a variety of Pokemon. Ice Punch hits things like flying types because they are going to be able to do a lot of damage to you. And finally, we've got Sucker Punch, priority dark type move that hits a variety of different Pokemon. And it's a priority move as well. It's powerful priority, which is just really good. Obviously, it does require the opposing Pokemon to be attacking you, so do pay attention there. EVs, I've gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature here, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs and special defense. I would always recommend going for that jolly nature because there are base 100 Pokemon that will not be invested plus in speed, so you will then outspeed them. So I think that's definitely the benefit of going for the jolly nature there, and it will always be of some benefit. Now, if you go for Scarf, you can go for Adamant if you want to, so it's up to you what you decide to go for. Obviously, you can run things like Life Orb on here as well if you want to. These sets are all interchangeable and can kind of be messed with if you want to have specific moves or specific styles, but it's up to you how you decide to go for it. The second set I've gone for is a more defensive set. So on here we have Leftovers, allowing us to heal up. I would recommend making sure there are no fairy types around when running this or when it comes out, because realistically, after you've set up and a fairy type comes in, you're probably still going down. We've got Bulk Up to increase our attack and our defense by 1 stage each time you use it. Drain Punch, which allows us to heal up ourselves every time we use it, which is a really good move in my opinion. It's one of my favourite fighting type moves to use. We've got Body Slam, which can paralyze different Pokemon and slow them down. Obviously, if a Pokemon is slowed down half on its speed, that is going to be really beneficial for a variety of Pokemon, including yourself with your base 97 speed, allowing you to outspeed quite a few Pokemon at that point. And I put Sucker Punch on here as well. Now, if you wanted to go for like Wicked Blow, you could always go for that. Wicked Blow is a powerful move, base 80, but always has a critical hit. So that is something that you could run. EVs, as I said, max HP, max defense with an impish nature, so more defense, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Yeah, that's special defense. Definitely could run this in a couple of different ways if you wanted to. It's up to you how you decide to go for it. You could run Close Combat instead if you wanted to. You could run things like Iron Head if you wanted. It's up to you. Next, we have Gigantamax Urshifu, and this is going to be obviously having its Gigantamax move, which the Wicked Blow will turn into. Hold on, I've just got it here because I won't remember. Gmax 1 Blow. So the Dark type move turns to Gmax 1 Blow, and that will go through things like Max Guard. So again, kind of more of a specific scenario, but it will still work occasionally. Now on here I've put the weakness policy. You can be hit by things like flying types, obviously fairy types, Just trying to think of other weaknesses that you might have, but you could have that weakness policy activated. If you didn't want that, you could go for like Life Orb or even Choice Band or something like that. It's up to you. Move-wise, I've gone for Acrobatics, which obviously goes really well with the weakness policy being activated because you won't have an item. But if you decide to go for like Red Card or something, that will still work. But if not, you can always go for Aerial Ace. You've got Close Combat, Powerful Fighting type attack. It's a variety of different Pokemon. When you're Gigantamax, it will turn to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat. Ironhead, increasing up your defense stat, which could be helpful as well. And then Wicked Blow, obviously going for the G-Max 1 blow, which can go through max guards. Eevee's gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Moving on to Rapid Strike Urshifu. Now, this is a little bit different. I think Rapid Strike Urshifu is probably my favoured one just because it doesn't have that 4 times weakness to Fairy, but it still has its own weaknesses in its own right because it's now picked up weaknesses to Grass and Electric and Psychic. So it's quite, not necessarily dangerous to run this, but it has got more weaknesses, so that's something you do need to consider. Now, first set I've gone on for here is a pretty offensive set. So we've got Lychee Berry as our item. You could always go for like Choice Band or Life Orb or Leftovers, variety of different moves, or variety of different items if you want to run that. Unseen Fist, again, is our ability. It's the only ability we get. We have Liquidation, powerful water type attack that hits a variety of different Pokemon and is boosted by Stab. Brick Break, powerful fire type attack that hits a variety of Pokemon. You could always go to close combat if you wanted to, but again, it's up to you. Stone Edge to hit some annoying Pokemon like flying types that can give you a lot of damage. And then Aerial Ace, powerful or relatively powerful flying type attack that will hit things like grass types, super effective damage because they are going to obviously be stab and super effective against you, so do a lot of damage. Eevee's gone for max attack and max speed. Again, that jolly nature because of those base 100s without the speed investment. It's really, really beneficial in those scenarios. The second one we have is more of a kind of supportive set in a way. We've got Taunt on here. Now this will stop things from setting up, stop hazards from being set up, for example, because a lot of Pokemon that set up hazards will be slower than you. We've got Drain Punch, again for that healing factor and boosted by Stab. Aqua Jet, a priority move that hits different Pokemon, and if you just need to do that little bit of chip damage to take something out, Aqua Jet can be really useful there. And then U-Turn to get out of there and switch into a different Pokemon. Especially if you've got really fast Pokemon, you can take that hit and then U-turn out, get your next Pokemon in without having taken that damage. So U-turn can be really beneficial in this scenario. EVs, we've got max HP and max attack with an adamant nature, so more attack, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, this isn't going to be sweeping anything, but it could well do enough damage to different Pokemon throughout the battle that it starts chipping them down and could put you in a very good scenario. And finally, we have Rapid Strike Urshifu's G-Max form. So we have Surging Strikes here, which is your water-type attack that you learn, and it'll hit 3 times, always resulting in a critical hit, and it's based 25 damage. So it's actually doing about 75 power because of the 3 times, and you times that by 1.5 because of the critical hits. It's doing quite a lot of damage, as well as boosted by Stab as well. Now, this turns into G-Max Rapid Flow, which is obviously a very powerful water-type Gigantamax move, and it ignores Max Guard as well. So again, kind of more of a specific scenario, probably more prevalent in doubles, but it can still work. We've got Close Combat, powerful fighter-type move, turn to Max Knuckle, increasing up your attack stat. Aerial Ace, increasing up your speed stat through Max Airstream, and Iron Head, increasing up your defense stat through being Max Steel Spike, that's it. EVs, I've gone for max attack and max speed with a jolly nature, so more speed, less special attack, and 4 EVs in special defense. Now, you could always go for the adamant nature here because you're going to Dynamax and probably raise up your speed anyway, so it's something that is less concerning in the nature-wise there. Anyways, that is all for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so it's been a good one, and I will see you soon.